Hello, second grade. I hope everyone is doing well, getting outside with this great weather that God blessed us with. I wanted to touch base a little bit with your packets. In your packet, when you get it, you will get a letter in the front kind of explaining everything that's happening. And then you turn the page and you will see a checklist for what is happening for the week. So it'll say April 6th through 10th. And sorry if this is backwards. I'm not the best at selfies and recording, but you get the gist of it. So this is for April 6th through 10th, and it breaks it down daily. Now, you do not have to follow this schedule strictly. Do what works best with your family. If you have a kiddo that loves spelling and he wants to do a couple pages a day, that's fine. That's fine. But just check the box. Let's say he did Monday and Tuesdays. So on spelling, check Monday and Tuesdays off. So this is kind of a guide to let you know when you've completed something. Your kiddo completes it, check it. So that way you know it's done. Now, I am going to be emailing you a link to each lesson. In your packet, for example, you are going to be getting your Bible packet. And it's stapled together, and on your checklist, it kind of goes through what to do each day. Which pages, the page numbers are at the bottom. Also, there are lesson numbers at the bottom too. If I ever say do this lesson and you get stuck and you're like, well, what's that? Look at the bottom. The bottom of the pages usually tell the subject, which this one doesn't say Bible, but I think we know it's Bible. But the rest of them will say reading, English, it'll say it at the bottom. And at the bottom, it'll also say what lesson it's on in the page numbers, so you'll know what I'm referring to. Also, so with Bible and math, there are no video links with them. The video links that this curriculum sent us are a different edition than what we have. So for Bible, I am going to leave it up to you as a family, kind of how you do it, what works best for you. If you want to take this in the morning and you want to have this as a family morning study time for the Bible, do that. If you want to do this on Sundays, because I know we can't go into the church building, so a lot of us are missing the Sunday school time. And if you want to kind of supplement this as that on Sundays, go for it. Do that. Do a couple pages on Sunday, and so you can get it just somehow where you have it done for the week. I'm going to leave that up to you. And if you'll notice at the tops of the pages, it tells the verses and the chapters and the books of the Bible that go along with the pages. So for example, this first page where there's actually questions to answer, it says the title, it's about at the cross, Jesus at the cross. And it says Luke 23, 26 through 43, also John 19, 17 through 27. So it'll tell you what verses, what books, what chapters, what verses go with the pages. And this is a great way to have your kiddos start practicing where to find the books of the Bible. But we've been working on that here, and it's still, for some of them, it's a little bit of a struggle. Remind them, look at the table of contents in the front of your Bible, and it'll help them. And then a great question too that I always ask at the beginning of Bible is, first, let's think, is it in the Old Testament or New Testament? So when you start looking for those verses, do that first. Is it Old Testament, New Testament? And then once you figure that out, then go from there and kind of help them find it. But again, do what works best for you during Bible time in your family. It's a great time. I know with my daughter's Bible curriculum, it was a great time just to sit down and really dig into the Bible with her. But using these as a guide, it's kind of neat. So that's Bible. Now, for your subjects like reading, which is next on your checklist, I'm kind of going through what's in the packet that you're going to get this week and the order that it's in. So here's your reading packet. Again, at the bottom, I circled, it says reading. And I'll email you, and I have in the email, Monday, this lesson, here's the link to the video. So if you ever are confused, look at the bottom. It'll kind of help you say the lesson, the page number, or contact me. I'll help you. So I tell you on Monday what pages to read, And this is the worksheet that goes with it. Now, as I'm saying this, like this is a whole packet. Okay, so when I say go to this video, for example, for reading, let me show you. I'm gonna move you. This is kind of what you'll see when you click on the link. Hold on, let me turn this around. Okay, we'll just do this. This is what you'll see, the page. Now, hold on, sorry. I'll tell you, for example, our first one is lesson 136. So you'll go down until you see the video that says lesson 136, and you'll click play. And this will go through the entire lesson. It's really great your kiddos don't have to read beforehand, because once you pull this up, whoop, hold on 1 minute. So sorry, got my K-Love music going on the speakers. This will go through the lesson. It'll go through the pages. It'll say pause and read page, you know, and it'll tell you what page to read.
Materials for today.
And it'll even tell you your materials, which go along and correlate with what we have. 305 and 306. And
all the time.
she'll go through the lesson, and I'm just going to kind of fast forward it some. You can take a look, and she'll go through the book with you, the pages, and then she'll say, okay, complete your worksheet now. So this is like her teaching it.
Have enough 10, so we need to put 100.
So she's doing
Put 100
the
over
lesson
here.
with you,
And the 10,
which is
10,
an
so now we
amazing,
have-
amazing resource. So that is just an example of what you will see when you click on the videos. Now, I hope I'm explaining this good enough. So you will get this email to you. So pop up that email for the day. Get your packet together, get it ready. Pull out the page, click on that video, and like she said, have worksheet page 305, 306. Well, there you go. There's 305 and there's 306, and that's what you'll use for that, and have your reading book ready if it's for reading, and she'll guide you through it. And the next thing you're going to be getting in your packet is English. Now, at the bottom it says English, and I have paper clipped these together because there are two parts to this. I have given everyone a supplemental packet that goes along with the lessons for English. Now, this is all of chapter 12. Now, the papers you're getting are for April 6th through 10th, but I included the entire chapter, which you will not finish April 6th through 10th. I don't think. I don't know why you would. So the reason I did this is because it's a writing process. The kids are gonna be planning, they're gonna be drafting, revising. So all of this, all of their papers have to stay together. I didn't want to separate it and wait till next week and give you the rest of the chapter. I wanted to include it all. So when you return these papers, you can wait until the following week when you complete the chapter. I do not have it on the checklist to complete the chapter. If you don't complete it, don't turn it in yet. I get it. I know what I sent home with you, and I know I won't be expecting these back after the first week because I know it's going to take 2 weeks to get through this chapter. So in this chapter in English, they're going to be learning how to write an instructional paragraph. So again, many steps to it. Just like the reading, there'll be videos that go along with this that'll take you step by step. Do not get freaked out because she will take you through this just like I would be teaching it. And here's just an introductory page that goes along with it. But then you'll dive in, and again, page numbers are at the bottom. It's English, and it'll sometimes say pull out your writing process page. Well, here this is. It's in your supplemental packet, or again, writing process, or it might say pull out your instructions page, and there will be some supplemental pages that aren't on here. And if you ever get stuck, again, look at the bottom. This says for use with lesson 124. It tells you the lesson it's used for, so if you get stuck, look. Some of them, like this one, says it was introduced in lesson 21. Well, that's because we were learning about the writing process all the way at the beginning of the year, but this is just a reminder of the steps they'll be taking. So some of the pages you won't necessarily use with every lesson, or they're not for a specific lesson, but they're just for English in general. to kind of remind them the steps of writing and what they'll be doing. Again, if you have any questions, please, please, please just let me know. So this will be paper clipped together because it goes together. It is all English, and that's why I did that in your packet. Then we'll move on to spelling. Let me grab that. Hold on 1 minute. Oh, okay. I'm sending home their spelling textbook. They are getting it to keep for now. And inside, there are the list. So a list 25 is the one you will be working on first. And again, there's lessons to go along with this. She will guide you through this. And the reason I'm not ripping out pages and putting them in packets is because the following list is always on the back side of the last page they did for that list. But for spelling, one of the things you will need to remember is that I included these because on Monday, she'll do a pre-test with them just to kind of know. It's a great way for the kids to see what words they know, where they messed up, why they messed up, so they can understand what's being studied for that week. And each week studies on different types of ways to spell. For example, this one is doing the ul sound, like in bubble, riddle, and they learned that a consonant sound can be spelled with double letters when it follows the short vowel sound. So there's rules for each spelling list, and they are learning them, and it just kind of helps them understand that a little more. So on the top, I put Monday pre-test, Wednesday practice test, and Friday spelling test. When you return your papers, I do not need the pre-test and the practice test. All I will need is the spelling test, and I will ask that you please make this as accurate as possible. I know if your kiddo is sitting there and you see him spell a word wrong, it's gonna be hard to not say, remember, it's not really right, you know, but please let's just try to make it, use the honor system, let it be as true as possible. And on the Friday lesson for the spelling test, it's an actual lesson that you'll get a link to, and she will say the words for you and do the spelling list for your child. So these are great, these videos that we're gonna have available for you. It's amazing. So that's spelling. Next is handwriting. I put the pages on here and have the kiddos do it at their own pace. For this week, they have the pledge that they are writing to the Christian flag, and they also have books of the Bible, and they are writing the answer to a question. So they just have them really focus on cursive handwriting, and for all of their writing and activities that they're doing, they can write print except for handwriting. Handwriting has to be done in cursive. That's really what we're practicing on. But with their spelling test, their English, it can be done in print. Now, if they want to write it in cursive, do it. But I just don't want that to be an added stress or anxiety on them that, oh, I have to write my English in cursive, but I'm really thinking about what story I'm writing in English, and it's hard for me to think about that and write cursive. I don't want that to stress them out. So if they want to write it in cursive, great. But they don't have to for their other activities and their other subjects. But handwriting does have to be done in cursive. So cursive, cursive, cursive for handwriting. Then we move on to math. Now, the videos that our curriculum sent us is not the same edition, with what we use. We use the newer edition, and their videos is with the older edition. So I am going to be teaching those lessons kind of like in a setting like this, and I'm going to send you a link to that. I'm going to try to set up a YouTube channel, because I know when I make these videos, they're longer and you can't always text them or message them. So that link will take you to a YouTube channel where I'm going to put this video, hopefully, as long as it worked, and that'll take you to the math lesson. Now, for your math, you are going to be getting a fractions packet. It has all of your supplemental resources you're going to need for the chapter. And this chapter, by the way, is fractions. And I'm giving you a couple supplementary posters that I would have displayed in the classroom, but I gave you a smaller copy so your kiddos can have it at home. You can post them up somewhere. You can just have them in your packet. You pull them out for math time. It's up to you. Some of you already have these poked out in your packet. Some of you do not. But if you do not, poke them all out first, because you're going to be using these throughout the lessons. So that'll be your fractions packet, and please return it when you're done with the chapter. And you'll also get, and sorry, I paper clipped them together because again, there's two parts. I included the math sheet where they will be doing the work, and I'll be telling them the pages on the lesson when you pull it up on your computer. So there's that, but here's what I also included. And I put on here for parents' eyes only, because this is basically the entire teacher edition on that chapter and how to teach it. If for some reason me sitting here teaching it through online isn't quite catching on for them, this gives you everything I'm teaching. And it also gives you the answers. So make sure your kiddos do not see this, because I know sometimes it's like, if you're not in that setting, you're not teaching that every day. I get it. It's like, wait a minute, is this the right answer? Is this what they're asking? So here's the answers. So you can know if your kiddo has a question, you can answer it because you have the real answers here. So this goes through each lesson and it gives you the answers to the pages that they'll be doing. So, because I know sometimes math can just be tough because we've all learned it different ways that it's probably being taught now. And I just wanted you to be set up for success. So I copied that and have that available, but please pull this aside so your kiddos don't see all the answers. So that will be in there for math, big old packet for math. Now, lastly, I've included science, and they will also be getting their science book. And again, there's lessons to go along with each page. Now, a couple of these do have actual science experiments, activities. If you happen to not have the materials, if that's something that is harder for you guys to accomplish because you're an essential worker and you have to be at work, I understand that. So again, work on this, how it works best for your family. If you have young ones and you want to include them in some of the cool experiments, that's fine. Do it. Do it in a way that works for you. So I'll have that included in your packet as well. So again, I know this is really long. Sorry. I just really wanted everybody to be set up for success. And we're going to kind of work on the routine where you will have checklists every week. Go at your pace. I set them out in a way where you can complete it daily. Do what works best for you. But please, in order to keep up with our curriculum and get everything done, just try to get that done within a week, the things I have on here. Now again, like with English and even math, you're not going to finish that whole chapter in the week, but I wanted to include the whole chapter together just because it goes along together. So keep those, pull them out. Don't return those when you return your other items that are finished, okay? And if you have any questions, let me know. I hope this explains some things to you, and we'll just work together to let your child be successful. And if you're having a day, I get it. Like, I have homeschooled, I have taught in the classroom for many years, and sometimes, even with my daughter, I know that she'll listen and do everything she needs to do in the classroom. Sometimes at home, I'm mom, and I don't always get the success at home as I do in the classroom. So if you're just having a moment and your kiddos just are not responding well to it, learning's not going to happen. Take a breath, go get a snack, go outside if it's a good day, come back an hour later, come back down to it. Get a schedule that works best for your family. If you have this perfect schedule laid out and this is what you want to do and it doesn't work, don't fight it. Just rearrange it. We are all doing this a little differently than what we planned at the beginning of the year, but with God and with our support from each other, we'll make it through, and your kiddos will learn everything that they need to know. So I'm gonna let my video be done. And again, just remember, through everything, go to God in prayer, and He will guide us to a successful rest of the school year. All right, I will see you soon. Bye.